don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population.
On December 10, 1939, Planned Parenthood founder Margaret Sanger wrote a letter to Dr. Clarence J. Gamble in which he said that eliminating blacks was one of their goals, but they needed a front man to sell it.
And the minister is the man who can straighten out that idea.
Margaret Sanger is reputed to have made covenants and recruiting agreements with black clergy in times past. So there's a real problem there where there's an aggressive, I have to use very strong language to describe it because I think it's racial genocide, meaning that a group of people say, we want to wipe out as many of these other people as we can.
How awful that day will be. No other will be like it. It will be a time of trouble for Jacob, but he will be saved out of it.
What do you see when you see a black man? People have a tendency to perceive black men as larger and more threatening than similar-sized white men, according to research. Black men have historically been depicted as aggressive, hypersexual, and violent, to be controlled, to be exploited, to be tamed, which leaves black men as deeply fragile and constantly at risk. What do you see when you see a black woman? This idea of seeming threatening is not something that is an experience that is isolated to black men. Black women are also seen as more hostile, aggressive, overbearing, ill-tempered, and bitter, which in their everyday activities they have had experiences where people acted as if they were afraid of them.
It's how bad you want it to be, so the world would know. Even if you showed it to them, how many would get up and do something? This is why Christ was lamenting. And these nations will come up to him and say, didn't I do this in your name? Didn't I do it? And why his response was what his response was. Get away from me. I never knew you. Not that I don't know you. I never knew you. You have no present, past, or future connection. Hence why he said this. You guys keep on saying that you know me. So the reason why I don't know you is because the least of my people, you didn't do it for. They needed clothing, you didn't clothe them. Needed food and drink, you couldn't give them those resources. Needed a house to stay in. Roof over the head, you couldn't do that. They were sick, you let them die and rot. They need money, you let them go poor. The least of my people, you couldn't do that. But if you done it to the least of my people, then you would have done it to me. You'd have done it for me, you done it because of me. That can't be Christianity. They're stinking rich. And they're not going through the problems that the world is putting on them. And they haven't caused themselves. He meant it when he said, I've come back for my people. And he meant it when he says, if you can do it for the least of my people, you would do it for me. Why? Because then, and now this is going physically, not just spiritually, this is physical. When you see my people, what do you think? What do you see? How are you with them? So he's saying, if you could do it to the least of them, when you see me, and I was dressed just like them, you would have treated me exactly the same way. There's no miracle talk. It's no secret speech. He's being very clear and cut. That's what he knows for a fact. And that's the thing with every single black man on earth. Doesn't matter how rich you are, doesn't matter how poor you are. There's a way that all nations would treat you. And they don't take you by your status. If you treat me well, then you treat all my people well. And vice versa. So it's very, very practical. It's very, very tangible. This is in a spiritual situation. So he knows how to judge these people. They can say all of that beautiful stuff. He said, "I've done this." He never done it because he never helped my people. So he's showing that Christianity isn't his people. He's making it very clear his people are the poor of the earth. How bad do you want it to get? Still, many of our people are still waiting for Jacob's trouble. How bad do you want it to get? You come back from work, you're eating ice cream, watching TV. Policewoman could come in and shoot you dead in your chest. And she say it was a mistake. You could be jogging, minding your own business. And you could be stalked, chased down, and then shot. And still, the people that have done it, 3 of them, still haven't gone to trial. You could be sent on an errand to go and get something for daddy or mummy. And you're no older than 11. You could be shot dead because somebody else believed you could be a threat. And then that person is set free. How bad do you want Jacob's troubles to be? That's why the Almighty said he hates Esau. Why? Because every other nationality, this is even going back to Sumer, they represent it. And that's why I said that Lucifer has bipolar. He is schizophrenic. He has multiple identity disorders. Why do you think there's all these different gods? These are his egos. These are his alternate identities. These people are the only people that worship him directly. Do you understand my point now?
Yeah.
These are the only people, nation on earth that worship him directly. They worship him as who he is. The representation, whatever we want to play. So that's why they're much worse than even before the flood. The only nation on earth, he said he hates. And he said it again and again and again. He said it from Esau's birth. Have you noticed? He never ever said once, "I hate Azazel."
Yeah. He just says Azazel is a contributor to sin, all sin. He hated Esau and he loved Jacob. He just let Esau get on with it. Didn't try to correct him once. Just let him be who he is. Because I know, like, he was just thinking, yeah, why is this like the Most High? Is always this? We just like we're getting corrected. We get a beating. A beating. But you know what? That's when a parent cares.
Yes.
When they stop caring, they're just like, nah, go and do what you got to do. Don't say nothing to you. Don't cry and correct you. Don't save you. Don't comfort you. Don't nothing.
Yep.
Just let you go and do what you need to do.
Here's the reason why he kept on beating us, and rightly so. We're made for greater things.
And that's love.
Thank you. He wants us to be kings. He needs us to be priests. He wants us to be of his order. So if he needs to beat the living hell out of us, it's going to happen. Because we're supposed to be of greater things, the greatest. So every thrashing we received, yeah. But even there's times when things were overdone. Like the 70 angels that was put over us. They're going to be punished. Because he said, I didn't say you should do that. That's how much he loves us.